Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you narrowly avoided the worst? You know, those moments when you can almost hear your guardian angel breathe a sigh of relief. Well, you're not alone. We've put together a series of videos featuring funny situations where the worst was narrowly avoided. Sit back and prepare to laugh, shiver, and be amazed by unlikely situations and unexpected miracles. This is a funny sequence. This lover leaves his luxury car with his girlfriend to have fun testing it. They are in a parking lot. The young woman is having fun, enjoying driving it, and then comes the moment when she has to stop and give the car back to its owner. She stops right next to a pillar and doesn't seem to notice, as you may have noticed, there doesn't seem to be enough space to open the door. However, she suddenly opens the door, and in that short moment, the owner imagines the damage and lets out a high-pitched scream of fear. Fortunately, the door opening is not blocked in the end. The young woman gets out of the vehicle, shocked by her husband's fright. Then, the man, hardly finding his spirits, lets him know that she passed to some centimeters of celibacy.
So, what do you think?
So nice.
Baby, you were this close to being single.
Here is a funny story that took place in 2019. Images have been circulating on the web showing a scene as amazing as ironic. Figure that a white car is stopped at a traffic circle, about to turn. Suddenly, a fire truck passes to its right and mistakenly starts a fire in the front of the white car. What an irony of fate! But fortunately, when a fire truck is involved, the risk of fire is limited. And for good reasons. They are equipped to put out the fire in no time. The car's cautious drivers immediately get out to safety, while the firefighters begin to spray the car from all sides. In no time at all, the fire is out. You could say that this white car was unlucky, but it could have been much worse.
What in the heck? That was insane. What the f?
You will probably be amazed by the incredible stunt performed by Candide Thavex. This French skier is a real daredevil, ready to do anything to capture breathtaking moments on the snowy slopes. And this time, he came close to disaster. Picture the scene. Candide Thavex rushes up a snow ramp with a snowplow approaching dangerously from the other side. But Candide is not impressed. He leaps up and does a somersault, narrowly avoiding the bulldozer that demolishes the ramp just after he passes. It's an incredible stunt, but one that must give cold sweats to all the ski lovers who watch the video on social networks. Candide Thavex is not at his first stunt. He used to jumping on ramps, which shows that he is an experienced and daring skier. But this time he really came close to disaster. Fortunately, everything ended well. Candide Thavex is a famous French skier who grew up in the Alps and learned to ski from a young age. He also skied in the United States, where he performed other incredible stunts, such as when he did a 360-degree flip over a police car. He's a professional filmmaker, so he doesn't hesitate to film his exploits with a front-facing camera attached to his helmet. But this time, he may have gotten into trouble with the police, as a siren sounds right after he removes his skis and finishes his stunt. We just hope that everything went well for him after this extraordinary adventure. In any case, Candide Thavex is an adventurer who is not afraid of the cold. He is ready to do anything to capture unique moments on the snowy slopes. And we can be sure that his next stunt will be even more incredible than the previous one. We can't wait to see what he has in store for us. The wedding, a moment of joy and sacred union between two beings, was crossed by lightning. Literally. Aaron and Denise Sawitsky, two young longtime lovers, already had to postpone their original wedding date because of COVID-19. But they surely weren't expecting to be confronted with another force of nature. As the groom began to express his vows with a joke about the year 2020, nature retaliated with a bolt of lightning and a thunderclap. It felt like a deliberate move. While this may seem like a bad omen for the couple, the bride laughed at the situation as she knows her husband has a great sense of humor. Despite the delays and obstacles they faced, Aaron was determined to see their love celebration through. It must be said that this couple is quite unlucky. The couple went through many storms before their wedding, but they stayed strong and united. The lightning didn't stop their wedding, and the rain that followed didn't extinguish their enthusiasm. A ray of sunshine and a rainbow followed the rain, and they hope that it portends a bright future for them. Strange and funny coincidence. Either way, the couple had an unforgettable wedding that they will tell their children and grandchildren about. U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal was almost hit by an Amtrak train during a press conference on suburban rail safety. He almost unwillingly demonstrates the importance of following safety guidelines. Everyone knows that safety is paramount, but the senator apparently forgot this basic rule. Fortunately, he escaped unharmed, but he might need to take some safety and precautionary advice before giving a press conference on the subject. We don't know if the senator was shocked by the train wreck, but we hope it helped him better understand the importance of commuter rail safety. After all, it may seem cheeky to make statements about MTA, Metro North Railroad safety violations when you don't follow basic safety rules yourself. The MTA, Metro North Railroad, is a rail transportation service that serves the New York City metropolitan area and surrounding areas. There have been many accidents on the system, some of which have resulted in injury or death. The most serious of these incidents occurred in December 2013 when 4 people were killed and more than 60 injured in a derailment near the Spiden-Duyvil station in New York City. Since then, the MTA, Metro North Railroad, has implemented additional safety measures to reduce the risk of accidents, including automatic speed controls and driver training improvements.
Now that is what we call a very, very close call.
It's always fun to find people who can fix a potentially costly blunder in a split second. But that's what this employee did. Just as he was about to walk in the door, one of the boxes started to slide dangerously. But far from panicking, the employee showed surprisingly agility by propelling the box in the air with his foot, as if it were a balloon. The cardboard then spun around in the air before naturally adjusting itself on the stack, as if nothing had happened. The employee's face shows a discreet smile, a mixture of modesty and satisfaction. It must be said that he had managed to turn a potentially catastrophic moment into a real tour de force. On these pictures, we see 2 men playing ping pong. One of the 2 is wearing red and has a splint on his arm, forcing him to use his left hand. An additional challenge for the sportsman, but you will see that this will not prevent him from making a real tour de force, where a little talent and a lot of luck are mixed. At one point, the ball bounces off the left end of the half table, and then, rather than dive, the man in red prefers to throw his racket, and he does so with insolent nonchalance. The ball is returned to the other side, and the man in red scores the point. The opponent, unsettled and amused by this display of talent, forgets to hit the ball. If you think professional cyclists take moderate risks, Anthony Napolitan might make you reconsider that statement. The famous BMX rider had it all planned out for his breathtaking stunt. He was going to attempt to jump over a fence located near a bowl, or pool if you prefer, in the middle of a skate park. However, things didn't go as planned. As he hurtles along on his bike, Napolitan gains momentum and prepares to jump the fence, but fate decides otherwise. Instead of flying gracefully over the fence, he lands hard on it, but without being pierced. Rest assured, one can't help but wonder if this stuntman is lucky or unlucky? After all, he survived a spectacular fall and is ready to continue his extreme sport. Another example of how luck and bad luck are just a matter of perspective. In 2021, a white Toyota Hilux van made headlines in Australia after narrowly avoiding several vehicles on a 7-lane road during rush hour, only to end up crashing into a store. While the passengers in the van were seriously injured, the good news is that no one else was hurt in the accident. Video of the van zigzagging across the lanes of traffic was captured by a surveillance camera in the city of Darwin and shared online by the Northern Territory Police. The footage clearly shows the van entering the field of view at high speed, blindly driving through heavy traffic, narrowly avoiding several cars, and eventually hitting a store. The fact that the occupants of the van survived the crash is perhaps most surprising. The Toyota Hilux van, Australia's best-selling vehicle, has a reputation for strength and reliability, so it is reassuring to see that the model involved in the accident lived up its reputation. Ultimately, this accident should serve as a reminder of the importance of caution and care when driving. Roads can be unpredictable, and it is important to remain vigilant at all times to avoid accidents. Fortunately, in this case, no one else was injured, and the passengers in the van survived to tell their story. At a soccer practice field, a hilarious scene occurred that was caught on video. A young athlete challenged his friend to score a goal on a half volley. His friend, confident in his skills, takes off to kick the ball with power, but he misses completely. Not only does he miss his shot, but the ball flies out of bounds. But the worst is yet to come. The ball will hit a motorcycle driver who is driving quietly on the nearby street. The driver was so shocked that he stopped immediately. Fortunately, he must not have been in much pain, because he was wearing a helmet. The young sportsman who had challenged his friend was amused. He couldn't believe that one could be so bad and so accurate at the same time. As for the shooter, he surely decided to take some marksmanship classes and hone his skills before taking on another challenge. In the small town of Gladstone, Oregon, a thief tried to steal a bicycle in front of a police station. Yes, that's right, in front of a police station. But unfortunately for him, the surveillance cameras caught him committing his crime while a police officer was leaving the police station. And the thief, obviously absorbed by his work, did not pay attention to the noise of steps. We can say that he did not succeed in his bet and was caught red-handed. In the end, it is difficult to understand what motivated this thief. Maybe he had vision problems and thought it was his own bike. Or maybe he was just a fan of impossible challenges. Either way, he now has plenty of time to ponder his lack of judgment behind bars.